I think that one of the most impressive statements of Chairman Xi Jinping during his speech was underlining that China is entering new era, socialist with Chinese characteristics. He repeated this word 36 times, new era, and it was one of the most frequently used expressions. And indeed, Chinese development through socialistic way showed its very clear fruits. For instance, almost 800 million people during this development went out of poverty. It's a basic human right, and it's absolutely essential. But now it is a new stage of development. It should be another approach towards development. That it means that it's new model.
This is a major development. If you look at the last 6 decades of People's Republic of China, Mao Zedong in 1956 wrote this article on contradictions, where he mentions about 10 contradictions. And now with the reform and opening up in 3 decades, China had resolved many of these problems, although there are new problems that have come up. So the 19th Party Congress is trying to address this issue as Mao Zedong tried to address in the 1950s.
And Chinese characteristics do not mean only about what happened or what has been developed by China in China since 1921, but in a civilization with 5,000 years of history. And in the report, Xi Jinping mentions the 5,000 years of Chinese history. So continuity we have, but a capacity, an ambition to project China into the future.
So when President Xi comes with a vision for the next 30 years or so, it is a credible vision. I would say that the impression is precisely in its long-term vision. Because nowadays, if you look around the world, politicians in most countries are dealing with day-to-day crisis. They are dealing with policies between one election and the next election. There is very little energy available for dealing with long-term visions. Now that, of course, the fact that the 19th Congress was able to put long-term needs in the center of attention, that's very impressive, especially in the context of looking at the whole situation around the world.
I think President Xi's been very determined to root out corruption at all levels, and I think that's the way in which modern economies have to operate, because then people have confidence that they can invest in a country. Hopefully the rule of law will expand and become more important, and then you have confidence that it makes sense to be there. But I think, to his credit, he's pressing ahead with very important reforms, and I think it's already made a very big difference.